All right, everybody. Welcome to the very first Freakout of 2021. We are just coming off of a wonderful moment where we were nominated for a Glam Award, which is the New York City Nightlife Awards. We didn't win, but getting nominated is more than worthy. So it's been a lovely journey this particular show, because I decided we were going to do a lot more shows with less performers, because last month the show went on for 4.5 hours and my booty was tired. So I want to welcome everyone to Freak Out. Freak Out is totally a labor of love for me. We take this opportunity on stage to workshop things, try things that we never got a chance to try, or we wouldn't have another opportunity to try. And we usually do this show at Stonewall, but obviously for obvious reasons there's no Stonewall stage right now. There's still a stage, but we're not allowed to perform on it. So what we kept trying to do is to keep the spirit of the Stonewall stage alive by doing virtual shows. We've done them on Instagram Live, we've done them on Zoom, and now we've moved to StreamYard, which is a really wonderful platform. It almost looks like a TV show. So I'm really excited for today's show. We have some performers that I haven't had the luxury of performing with and sharing the stage with in a while. We have Bobby Blue, we have ARIS, we have Craig WINBERRY, we have MYKEL, we have NIKKI Horton, BRADY, CUDMORE, and Trans Francisco. And rumor has it, we have a little special last-minute special performance by the Debbie Donnas, which are our house band. So I'd like to welcome everyone to Freak Out. It is truly a pleasure to put this show on now we're going to be doing it every month. I really look forward to meeting new people. I've made some lifelong friends through this show, and they've become family. And some of them I've met like in this, just outside smoking a cigarette outside of Stonewall. And I met one of our performers tonight, up to performing in other shows with people, and we just became friends. We, mutual admiration for one another. A few of them I actually usually have perform at my annual Madonna worship party, which happens in August, and they usually do a Madonna cover. And we have a special treat for Madonna fans tonight as well. So sit back, relax. We have about 8 wonderful performers for you. We're going to probably go till about 9. I tend to talk a lot, but I'm going to try to keep that talking to a minimum. We have a special presentation from MYKEL, who I was in India with 2 years ago today. So that's pretty exciting. We're going to talk about an upcoming event with Broadway to Bombay. And I just want to say thank you, whether you're watching on Twitch, whether you're watching on YouTube, or whether you're watching on Facebook. Please share it, leave a comment, help that algorithm kick in. And I'm feeling like a Japanime character today. That's my feeling. I'm like from another time, from another world. And that pre-show video that I created, the theme for this night's show is rebirth, reinvention, kind of like, obviously the beginning of the year. There's a lot more changes than just the clock and just the calendar this year. We have a whole new administration, and it's been really exciting and scary the last few months with the virus going around, with possible new strains, and then all this fake news and real news, and creating a tsunami. And it's been a hell of a 10 months, 11 months or so, of confusion, of fear, of I just hope that everyone has found moments to laugh, and moments to create, and moments to send some love to one another, calling someone that you haven't talked to in a while, et cetera, et cetera. It's a very trying time, and all we have is each other. We might not have our bank accounts up to par what we're used to. We might not be able to travel, but we have each other, and we have that connection. And if this all happened without social media and without cell phones, can you imagine the pain and the suffering people would be going through? So I really enjoy the fact that we're able to connect virtually. It feels a little bit like the 90s, like, when the internet first kicked off, there were parties called Click and Drag in New York City where people dressed up in cyber fetish wear. I was expecting that to make a bit of a comeback, but it really didn't. But you know, we're resetting, you know, we're reinventing ourselves and learning how to communicate in different platforms and stuff like that. So one of the things that I've been doing, aside from curating these shows, aside from being a DJ, et cetera, I'm also a poet. And what I've done is I've taken on a project where I'm creating visual films with my while reading my poetry on them. And I've done about four already, four or five, and I cooked up another one for you. What I like to do is I like to film uh, kind of inanimate things or even like unusual things that I see in my daily life, and either find a poem that it kind of connects with in a non sequitur way, or even in like a very tricky way, or I like to film something and then write a poem that is inspired by it. You know, it's all part of the process. So this is a very new poem. I just wrote it, finished it last night, and it is called The Final Act. And we're going to play that for you. And then we're going to get on with the show with Bobby Blue, ARIS, Craig WINBERRY, MYKEL, the Debbie Donnas, NIKKI Horton, Brady Cudmore, and Trans Francisco. And all of the performers, I'll have a little chit chat with them before and in the middle of their sets. But they will be telling you their Venmos and their way to tip them and way to show some love for their creativity. If you happen to forget their Venmo or whatever, you can always Venmo me with their name in the comments section. You can Venmo me at Chauncey Dandridge, CHAUNCEYDANDRIDGE, and put their name in the comments, and I will make sure that that I will get it to them. It's happened before. Somebody sent me a bunch of money for a bunch of two different performers last time. Gave it right to them. It was pretty awesome. So let's get on with the show with The Final Act by Chauncey Dandridge.
Tears of laughter made their way hastily down my face, and found their own current as they made their river along my protection. The salt of my sarcasm soon created a color of rust the world had never seen before, and quickly I created a garment to dye to wear to my resurrection. I shall suffer for the suffering I have caused. Procrastination and forgiveness my fondest crimes. I shall be reborn as a helpless and carefree bug. No decisions to be made until the end of time. You complain about the seasons with no reasons other than your discomfort. What surveyor of the land proclaimed you the center of the universe? The rain will still fall and the snow will still gather, and you will still be begging and praying to an absent Lord to reach down from heaven to lift your curse. There are books of science to be read and revered, and others whose pages are marked with the stench of fantasy. There is magic in truth and magic in understanding, and I shall be the sorcerer to vanquish the serpents of your fallacies. I would wish you well, but I've run out of favors, and the flavors of these fairies are not the kind that dance pleasantly on the common tongue. We have both had enough chances for our such valiant romances, and we both find our seats as the final act has finally begun.
All right. All right, so that was my brand new visual poetry film called The Final Act. I hope you liked it. So it is we're kind of on schedule, which is kind of weird. It's good to start on schedule. So our very first performer.
What's up, y'all? It's Chrissy J here. I am a licensed esthetician here in the Pretty Palace. My business infused profession is going to be teaming up with the one-stop shop for their 1-year anniversary.
Some video just wanted to play, whether I wanted it to or not. Anyway, so our very first performer. This StreamYard is a little tricky. It's a really wonderful platform, but I need like to be an octopus. So Bobby Blue is a fun and friendly New York City singer-songwriter inspired by his Costa Rican and American heritages. He plays a unique fusion of acoustic pop and Latin folk, echoing sounds of Katie Lang, Orville Peck, and Madonna's more acoustic moments. Bobby has a huge stage presence and sings as high as Patsy Cline and as powerful as Sinead O'Connor. Bobby Blue is a natural entertainer, says the New York Times. And Joe Henry, 3-time Grammy winner, says awesome. So please welcome to the stage my friend Bobby Blue. Hi, Bobby.
Hi, Chauncey, and everyone out there in internet land and beyond. Thank you for asking me to do this. You know, I'm always up for a show and some entertaining, and it's been hard to be off stage these past few months. But here we are. I think that these internet shows, I've done a lot of them, and they're starting to really catch on. So I'm going to play you a little song now you might recognize.
All right, I'm going to speak out. We'll talk in a bit. Thank you, Bobby.
Oh, sure. Yes. Thank you, Chauncey. And give Chauncey a big, huge round of applause for that lovely poem. That's one thing that we're missing here. So just do it because we can still feel it. Hope everybody's doing really well and staying healthy and happy, you know, up here. So I love this song. This is for you. It's a little bit different than maybe you're used to hearing this song. This cover, it's a Madonna cover. When you see her, say a prayer and kiss your heart goodbye. She's trouble and I wanna get closer to the fire. Run faster, her laughter burns you up inside. You're spinning round and round, you can't get up, you try, but you can't get esa niña. Señorita más fina. ¿Quién es esa niña? Señorita más fina. You're trying to avoid her fate is in your hands. She's smiling, an invitation to the dance. Her heart is on the street, tu corazón es suyo. Like you're falling at her feet, you try to get away, but you can't. Yes, esa niña. Señorita más fina. ¿Quién es esa niña? Señorita más fina. Now, who's that girl? Now, who's that girl? Now, who's that girl? Oh, no, who's that girl? Yes, esa niña. Señorita más fina. ¿Quién es esa niña? Oh, señorita más fina. That's Who's That Girl by Madonna, version by me. I recreated it a bit. I usually also sing in Spanish, so it kind of goes with my show a little bit. Flows with the show, the Spanish stuff and the English stuff and the more Americana and country sounding stuff. I love that song. You can find that song actually recorded on Spotify or Apple Music or any of your music streaming services, as well as YouTube. And I would really appreciate it, even before a tip tonight, even though I need the tips, but I would really appreciate it if you guys went over to your Apple Music, to your Spotify, and just pressed follow. It helps so much. Without the audiences, it's hard to see the numbers for anybody who wants to give us an opportunity for a show or anything like that. So now they're looking at numbers, they're looking at Instagram numbers, they're looking at follow numbers on Spotify and so forth. So I really appreciate it. I have a really hard time asking for help, and I realized that today. So I'm asking for help. Would you please go over to Spotify or the Apple Music and press follow? You can find that. I put a link in the Facebook comments for that song. So you can go over there and then press to the artist, and then it'll lead you to my music page, and you can follow me from there.
All right. So give it up for Bobby Blue. Bobby Blue, that was wonderful.
Thanks.
So a little bit about how me and Bobby met. Me and Bobby met on the dance floor at Cielo. We started boogieing. I always tell the story. We started boogieing near each other, and we're like, "Who are you? Who are you?" Hi, and we became friends ever since. When I first met Bobby, Bobby was more of like an electronic music singer. You know, you did more like more of a dancer vibe, and more, you know, not as acoustic as you are now. And I love that you've taken. I mean, you do it all wonderfully, but there was a point where you kind of made that conscious decision to switch to your roots and your heritage, and really bringing out parts of your artistry and your voice that really set you apart from other people, I think.
Well, thank you, and yes, and it was awesome meeting you. I remember very specifically that night, and I was like, "Who's that cute guy?" But actually, I've always been acoustic. It's the way I know how to perform, and I also know that like the acoustic isn't. You can't always do a dance song. If you're a dance artist, you can't do it. You can't always switch over to acoustic so easily for the audience, because the audience is like consistency in who they listen to. I've always been acoustic, at least a little bit more rock and roll. It was a DJ it was MYKEL had started a record label. I had one remix to In a Song, which is the song you're talking about, which is also on the Spotify and so forth. And the song was remixed by some DJ out of nowhere. And then MYKEL picked it up and said, I got some other DJs who want to remix it. And it went to Tim Letaire. And he's the one who developed the whole Billboard top 15 song of my song, which if you go and you listen to the original In a Song, you'll hear the difference of the rock and roll that he did. And then I of course I put the remixes on the end of the album. But yeah, I mean, just a little explanation, but you know, yeah, I have turned a lot more acoustic just because I can travel with it. I can go out and beyond into the streets and so forth with it. So it's trying to create that consistent sound also for the audience. And I love a voice and acoustic, and that's why I say the more acoustic side of Madonna, because I love Madonna's voice with an acoustic guitar. I think it's just gorgeous.
I totally agree. And you've been doing some stuff on the street during the pandemic as well, right?
Oh yeah, like this trusty mic that you probably can't see is cordless. And it took me a couple months to convince myself to put it on the credit card, because I don't use a credit card. But when it started, I was just like, you know, we can't just stop. And so I went out and went out to everywhere from the East Village to the Lower East Side, met several places in Brooklyn. And it's been really great because like in the beginning, people were like, the faces on them were like, oh my God, like I haven't heard live music in months. And it was really felt good to be able to give that to people. So yeah, I've been all over and I'm trying to continue to do that. Although the snow makes it a little difficult, and I stopped at about 50 degrees. So yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce my next song.
Okay.
cool.
I'm gonna sneak out, and I'll be back to say goodbye. All right.
Yeah. So the next song I have is a song that everybody kept telling me to write. I was really bullied when I was in high school, or in elementary school, junior high, and high school, but not just bullied by students, I was bullied by teachers. I had teachers that insisted that the students call me faggot or some other derogatory name. So, and I didn't know how to ever put that into words. The one thing that I never did was I never told my mother and father, because being bullied is embarrassing. And to try to live up to what it is to be a man and to stand up for myself. And honestly, I'm at a point where I just don't agree. I don't think that the victim is responsible for resolving an issue like that. Personally, I think if there's a bully, we need to, as humans, see inside of what there's going on. A bully means there's self-hate. Why is there self-hate in a kid? Go to the family and find out. Personally, I think when there's a bully, I think child social services should get involved. And I don't think that it's the responsibility of those kids. And a lot of times those kids will see like these videos that we put online about this kid that's standing up to their bully. Well, I didn't want to be violent. I never wanted to be that person. So, you know, it made me feel even less. So I feel really bad when I see these bully videos and people, and they're standing up, and all the adults, everybody in the comments are going, yeah, yay, blah, 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 do it. Well, you know what? There are other kids at that point seeing that video that are being bullied right now, and they think, I don't have the balls to do that. I can't do that. So if they can't live up to that, what else is their next option? Because they see everybody applauding this kid for being violent back to someone. So if you're not a violent person, I don't see why you have to try to be a violent person. So anyway, it angers me. But so before I get too angry, I'm just gonna sing you this song, which is a letter to my mother and father about my situation. And I don't think it gets better for a lot of people. I know a lot of people who are, I know not a lot, but I know several guys who are from small towns like mine, Bedford, Indiana, that turned into recluses. They maybe came out, but they never got to live their life fully. Like I got to come to New York and now I can walk down the street just about anything I ever wanted, dreamed of. But some people get stuck in their town and it doesn't get better. I mean, 88% Trump, Indiana. I mean, like, how could things get actually better? So I kind of think that's a little bit bullshit. I think that we need to put laws in place. And I think we need to actually be doing something. And it's not just gay kids. It's kids with a birthmark on their face, or short kids, or tall kids, or whoever. And even adults get bullied. So, you know, it's a very personal thing for me. And so I should probably shut up and just sing the song. Here it is. This is called I'll Survive. You got me trapped here, nowhere to go. Mother and father, the truth that you don't know. I am beat down by my peers. No one can save me, I guess I'll just drown in here. But I'll survive by my own hand, and I'll survive by my own hand. When I'm older, I'm gonna leave this town. But the years and the years they keep getting longer somehow. Just a little kid, no one believed. I didn't know if I'd make it, I played make-believe. But I'd survive by my own hand, that I survive you, I wasn't strong enough. No one likes a weak little boy. I was afraid that I couldn't speak loud enough. You never hurt me anyway. You never hurt me anyway. But I'll survive by my own hand, and I'll survive by my own hand. Again, my name is Bobby Blue. You can find me on Instagram at Bobby Blue Music. That's BOBBY BLUEMUSIC, as well as the Facebook is the same. And you can find me, of course, at bobbyblue.net. It's a net, but it's a bobbyblue.net. Thank you for listening. Oh, my PayPal, if you'd like to, of course, if you'd like to donate to my income, that would be Venmo at Bobby Blue Music. And then the PayPal is paypal.com/Bobby Blue Music. So thank you so much for your ears and for listening, and for Chauncey to continue this beautiful show that's usually held at Stonewall, absolute legendary bar, which is an amazing place to be on the election day, or not election day, but that Saturday. You could hear this, New York was crazy. Anyway, thank you so much and have a lovely evening.
Thank you, Bobby. We love you. We love you, Bobby.
Love you. Thank you.
I got a ticker with all your info on the bottom, so we're all good. All right, that was Bobby Blue. You know, living in New York and working in nightlife, I really have such really supremely talented friends, and I couldn't ask for a better life in that regard. Our next performer, singer-songwriter ARIS, delivers a storm of emotion, desire, and passion with his music, writes entertainment blogger Tommy Gerasi. With his upcoming album, Through the Storms, the release of the title track and lead single, Freedom, ARIS reveals deep emotional power and grit. HuffPost Entertainment contributor Michael Cook describes ARIS as a unique and sublimely in-touch artist, hauntingly ethereal. ARIS and his music have been featured in fashion campaigns for Project Runway winner Irina Shabayeva, I think I said that right, and on dance floors at venues such as the legendary Webster Hall, the Bitter End, and Santos Party House. Who remembers Santos Party House? What a wonderful place that was. Jim Fuseli of the Wall Street Journal describes ARIS's music as rock with a big lyrical theme, and offers comparisons to singer Peter Gabriel. While ARIS has also drawn comparisons to Kurt Cobain, Chris Cornell, and U2, his sound is definitely unique. Clubland's newest rocker combines a punk sensibility with electronic dance to create a unique grunge house sound all his own, writes Nashville's Inside Out. ARIS is also one of the people who has performed at my Madonna parties throughout the year and throughout the years. And we're going to do a little promo for his album first. We're going to chit chat with him, and then we're going to have him perform. So.
And we're going to shine. We want more peace in our streets. We're marching in now. We fight for every man's rights. We're voting it out. No more corruption. No more corruption. Create a disruption. A social eruption. Stand for freedom. 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 Through the air and back again. Through the laughs, through the tears, through the fights, and through the years, we're still here. Well, at least I'm still here. On and on, my broken dreams and all my lovers gone. I yearn to know where I went wrong. The rain and winds, they tell me, oh, I'm running so like Claude and Crow. But in this hurricane, I fall. Souls will pass, the light will come.
All right, let's welcome to the stage, Aris, the virtual stage. How are you, Aris?
Hey, Chauncey, how are you tonight?
Been a long time since I've seen
Yeah,
you in
man.
person.
Yeah, and sadly, we're going to do this 3D, 2D thing for a while.
I know,
But
right?
soon we'll have vaccines.
Soon.
And then it's on at Stonewall, I hope.
I hear they're just like throwing vaccines at people that like they have extra. Like, here, I have some extra vaccines. Here, come and get vaccinated. I'm like, how does that happen?
Hasn't happened to me yet, but I look
I
forward to
know.
that.
We're just not in the right place at the right time. But I know a few people who like kind of just waited in line and they got it. I don't know. It's pretty crazy.
Like sneakers or something. It's crazy. That's
yeah, I know. It's like the new iPhone. It's like just wait in line
Exactly.
at the Apple Store and get out. Well, so I mean I've known you for probably about 5 or 6 years now, right?
Mm-hmm.
We met through like the Sobel Nation. We used to perform at Stonewall in those parties.
Definitely.
And you supported one another, and then I reeled you in to perform at Madonna parties and all that kind of stuff. And you've done some really awesome covers at Madonna Worship, and I keep an eye on you. I might not talk to you all the time, but I keep an eye on. I see all your posts and I see what's going on with you, and I'm exceptionally proud of the fact and jealous of the fact, not jealous, of the fact that you got to work with Paula Cole, one of the most amazing people out there. Can you tell us a little bit about like a little brief experience about that?
Sure. Yeah, I'm the ultimate fanboy. I have been for many, many years, and yeah, from adolescence, she inspired me actually to start writing music. So,
wow.
Many years later, I had the opportunity to sing live with her at one of her shows, and it was really, really amazing, intense experience. I got to dedicate to my mom who had passed away. That's on YouTube. If you search for ARIS and Paula Cole, I Believe in Love Live, that clip is out there. And because of that experience, we kept in touch, and I was writing this song called Love, and I really wanted to feature her vocal, and it worked out perfectly. And that's how that collaboration was born. And I still pinch myself even now, because people ask me, like, what is it like working with your peer, Paula Cole? And I'm like, what? Yeah, still a dream come true every moment.
We, me and my friends discovered Paula Cole back in 1995 or 1996, I think, when she filled in for Sinead O'Connor. Did it at the WOMAD Festival, the Peter Gabriel Festival, in 1995, I believe. She did the Kate Bush part in Don't Give Up, and then the following year, Paula Cole did. We were like, who the hell is this person? And we ran out and we like found her CD, Harbinger, which is one of my top 10 favorite albums of all time. I know every breath and every word to that album. And I was a fan ever since. And you're like one of 3 other people in my life that actually like has the Paula Cole worship inside them. Like, I don't know. There's not a lot of people think, oh, where have all the cowboys gone? I'm like, no. that was the poppiest moment of her
Just the
career.
tip of the iceberg. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
totally.
like that first album just drives me insane. So it's really cool to have a fellow Paula Cole fan, especially one that's worked with her.
Yeah, and I feel the same way. Anytime that it's a family, as you know. So the Paula Cole community is we've been, many of us, friends and peers for 2 decades now. So we all knew each other really well and see each other a lot at the shows and keep each other in touch with each other online. So yeah, it's a family for sure, and a tight knit one.
When does the album come out?
My new album comes out this summer.
Okay.
I haven't set the exact release date yet. I'm still in the studio finishing up some final touches on the mixes. I'm producing this time, as well as all the writing and normal amount of singing and album instrument playing. But yeah, I just want to make sure that everything is ready to go. And also this whole era of releasing stuff during the pandemic has been unique. And
Yes.
I think for a lot of artists, we've been waiting for the moment that felt right. And I've talked to a lot of people about this, and eventually it's like, good enough. It's time. Let's do this thing.
Well,
the time is now.
The funny thing is, me and my friend Van from Montreal we're releasing an EP of duet songs, and last March 21st, I believe, or 20th, we released our second single called "The Delight," and the chorus is breathe in, the delight. And it was released on March 20th, which wasn't the perfect time to remind people to breathe. So we had to push it all to like the following. We're doing everything this year. We're going to kind of do a rehash, but it was like, I was like, man, we should make masks with the delight written on them and like capitalized. But no, he said, no, I don't think that's a good idea. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I thought about it. It wasn't. But if anyone wants to keep in touch with ARIS, you can go aris.fm, ARIS Ziagos, Ziagos on Instagram. You can see like behind the scenes of his video, like when he's creating videos and stuff like that. His YouTube, everything's ARIS Ziagos, a real Polish last name. No, just kidding.
Greek, actually.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I always make that joke when people like when it's an obvious specific nationality. I'm like, oh, it's a very
specific.
Irish name.
The whole name. It's like you couldn't really like make me any more Greek, but
I know
yeah.
you have the Greekest name possible.
If there's a third version of my big fat Greek wedding, like I'm ready for it.
My big fat gay Greek wedding.
Yeah, totally. My
That'd be
skinny
good.
fat Greek gay wedding, something like that. And yeah, not only can they follow me on those places that you mentioned before, but I'm also doing a fundraiser for this album through GoFundMe. It's GoFundMe / Through the Storms. That link is also on my website. And these days as well, you got to be versatile in this market. So I started making these funky, let's see if we could do this on social media. Look, jewelry boxes.
Oh, wow. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so people can support me in a variety of different ways, and Venmo, yada, yada, yada. I like pizza as well, so if anyone wants to just send me a pizza, I will eat that. That is a promise.
I got a little kooky on my little Instagram live Monday night show, and I was requesting people send me shrimp cocktail, which I never got any.
That doesn't travel well, Chauncey.
Yeah, it doesn't. I was like, but I just want a shrimp cocktail. I was just in the mood, but it doesn't always happen. You can't always get what you want.
Wasn't that during the storm? Like shrimp cocktail?
Probably that made it even more difficult. Like even Amazon wouldn't have sent me shrimp cocktail on time.
Nice.
So yeah, so I have all your links floating across the bottom, but we're gonna get a little treat to a little performance. Is this song from the new album? Or?
Yeah, this is one of the ballads from the new album. I pre-recorded this earlier for you today because I wasn't sure if this tech setup was going to work with the camera. Gotcha. So maybe there'll be a little lag, but we'll see. But yeah, the song is called Golden, and it's about a relationship ending and wanting still to feel maybe not the person, but that closeness still.
Awesome. So this is Golden. It's a live performance by ARIS.
Thank you, guys.
Summer smiles that are miles away, far from where I saw them made. I wanna call and I wanna say I miss everything. I never wanted either of our hearts to break. So love, where are you? Where'd we go? We got to find our way, but we just lose our way and stay. All I want is to feel your love again. Don't say feelings fade and that we're at our end. Sometimes when I thought it was great, somehow I seem to turn it wrong. Then again I try to set it straight, but put us far from where we belong. Still love, I'm trying for you. I'm dying, please don't turn away. I'm giving everything that I can. All I want is to feel your love again. Don't say feelings fade, that we're at our end. No, never. No, never. No, never turn away again. No, never. No, never turn your back from something that's golden. All I want is to feel your love again. Don't say feelings fade, that we're at our end. No, never. No, never. No, never turn away again. Never, no, never turn your back from something that's golden. That's golden. That's golden. Golden.
Right. Give it up for ARIS. That was absolutely beautiful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So, like I said, I'll put his little ticker. I'll put the little ticker down there with all his links and stuff like that. Our next performer, I don't quite know if he's backstage or not. Is he backstage? There he is. Okay, he is backstage. Okay, that's what I love about this this platform. I have a little backstage where I can check on people, let them in, let them out, all that kind of stuff. StreamYard has really revolutionized online performing. Craig WINBERRY is a New York City actor, singer, and songwriter, and so much more. And you'll see that shortly. He's a star of executive order at the iconic The Duplex Cabaret, and recently at Broadway's Alter Feinstein's 54 Below, debuting his original holiday show, Christmas Spirits, Neat Edition. Over the past year, he has played dramatic and comedic roles on off-Broadway productions of Global Gay at La Mama, Experimental Theater, and Thank You for Being a Friend, the Golden Girls musical parody at Here Art Center. He's become a regular at Freak Out, and I Wouldn't Have It Any Other Way. We're going to welcome to the virtual stage my friend, Craig WINBERRY.
Hi, Chauncey. How are ya?
Are you all secretive and like
Always.
Camera off and all that?
It is always, because when the show starts, I like for people to transition into it when it comes live. Because I don't want to give away the gag too soon. Can you hear me? How's everything coming through real quick?
Yeah, you sound great.
Okay, good.
You look like a speaker. You're like, it's like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, it's maybe I'll turn it down a smidge, or no.
Oh no, it just looks like
it is. That's how I roll. You know, like you were talking just a second with everybody, how the theme for this freak out is the future, where we're going, what's going on. And so I put a set together, and you're gonna go on that adventure of where I'm at, what I see for the future. These songs, the lyrics tell the story of where I'm at, what's going on. I used this speaker last time we did the Times Square one. So I'm at another spot that's means a lot to me. I haven't been in this spot since the pandemic, March 12th, actually March 11th. So about to reveal it. If you're ready, I'm ready.
Just real quick, Craig, I know your Instagram is Craig WINBERRY. What are some other places where people can find you? Your Venmo?
I'm not the whore like a lot of other people are, but I should be. You can Venmo me at Craig WINBERRY. It's the same. You can hit me up on Twitter, Facebook. I have an artist page and a friend page. I just cleaned out. Oh my God, I did it. I had to clean out the Republicans. Like I don't have a lot of Facebook friends anyway because I'm kind of stingy with that. I defriended like 500 friends. Anyway, so hit me up there. Sorry, it's not a negative.
All right. I just want to add a little something to the ticker at the bottom. So I'm going to let you take the stage, Craig. Please welcome to the stage the one and only Craig WINBERRY.
Do this. Hi. Uh-oh. Here we go. I need to switch my camera. All right. Freak out. I've seen your smile, 1,000 felt your touch, and it always seemed you love me.
So you think it's right, but you just can't find the pleasure. Around ya, giving you pressure. Try to resist all the hurt that's all around ya. Can't taste it. So come, take me by the hand, we'll leave this troubled land. Oh, yeah! Thank you, Freak Out.
Wow. Holy macaroni. Craig, I think you're my own personal George Michael. I think that's what you are in my life.
That's a great compliment. I'll take that.
I mean, not just because of the outfit right now, but just the different styles of music and soul that you have, and just your sense of humor. Like you're just, I mean, you know, you're a sexy guy, but like you're a goofball too, and that's what I love about it.
Oh man, I appreciate that. Those are compliments that I hold dear to my heart, and I appreciate it. Freak Out's been one of those escapes I've had during this whole pandemic, and I'm always so happy to be here every time you announce when we're doing it. I'm like, all right, I got my set ready. What are we gonna do? So,
like you actually like get on my case when it's like, when's the next Freak Out, Chauncey? I'm like, figure it out, and it's like, oh, that's right. I'm supposed to plan a show.
Well, I got to catch some of the acts normally because I'm either out somewhere or it's in a place where I can't watch and enjoy everyone. But I did catch Amir right before me. Loved it. It was great. And a few of the other acts that were up tonight. So that's good. We're here at Ripley Greer. This is
oh, there you are. Awesome. I love Ripley
and
Greer.
Workshop. We're looking down 8th Avenue right now.
I was wondering where you were. Okay, now I get it.
Yeah, that's where they're working on the old post office, and so this is room 17M. So I usually rent this room if I have where I was workshopping my Christmas show, if I've had a vocal training with coaches here in the city, you know, anything. I love this view, 17M. So that's where I'm at, all stalkers.
Yeah, we used to have our dance parade meetings at Ripley Greer. And actually, if we do dance parade in person this year, I think you need to join my dance police force.
I don't. Is that the one where you got the tutu and the big Doc Martens?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm there.
Yeah, I think
I'll show up. I love a good protest for social change.
Protest for social change.
Protesting for social change.
You're such a goofball. I love it. So like we said, Venmo, Craig WINBERRY. That's CRAIG WINBERRY. Very simple.
I appreciate that. That'd be great. That's I want to say the second song, Chaos. How many of the lyrics did you guys get? I never know what ends up going over the internet, what's cast or not.
The one with the red curtain. I lost a little concentration because I was watching you dance.
So that song is pretty much where I say, "Hey, freaks, get back on your leash."
That part, yeah.
So I knew, like, so what I'm pushing myself to do is every time we have a freak out, is just write something new, good, bad, just get it out, deal with it, and I've loved it. So I pushed myself. So I wrote Chaos, and it's like, hey, freak, that song is about the insurrection at the Capitol, and I just like, how do we get our, how do we protect our democracy? And that's always to go back to the simple answer, love. So write a pop song about, the lyrics are precision, steady hands, keeping rhythm. That means we got to take care of these people right now. Incision, deeper cut, or deeper stand, cuts are given. That means we got to cut this this cancer out of our democracy. And then decisions, choices made, we're only human. People die for love, so let's make it anyway. I'll end on that.
I love that. Thank you so much, Craig.
Yes, thank you for having me. I love you, freaks. I love my freaks.
We go. All right. Craig is amazing. All right. So our next performer is a longtime friend of mine, probably around 20 years, close to 20 years, but we're still only in our 30s. It's pretty amazing. We met when we were like 10. So MYKEL has been an entertainment professional for over 20 years with stage performances ranging from Jesus Christ Superstar to Dreamgirls, directed by original Broadway cast creatives under his company, EEC Productions, that's EEC, exclamation point Productions. He spearheaded many artistic projects, including Flow and Flair and Broadway to Bombay. A master at overcoming obstacles, except, we'll talk about that later, except, what is it called? Never mind. We'll talk about it later. After surviving a hate crime, MYKEL created a one-man show called Pieces of Me and toured the country bravely, sharing his story of recovery. In addition to his stage work, MYKEL has appeared on The Glam Fairy, performed at Radio City Music Hall, made it to the celebrity judging round on America's Got Talent, and is featured in the documentary A Flow Affair. With a combined knowledge of entertainment and business, MYKEL sees where solutions from either world can drive a product forward and is an asset to any creative endeavor. Please welcome to the virtual stage, MYKEL. What I was trying to say is the obstacle that you have a problem with is Imodium.
Imodium.
A quick little story. We were in India 2 years ago, and me and MYKEL, we went with Broadway to Bombay, which if you all follow Broadway to Bombay, a Love and Courage project on Facebook right now, that'd be great. We're having our kickoff for the year on February 27th. It's only 24 days away. It's we ended up staying with the Prince Mavendra, the openly gay Prince of Rajpipla in India. But we both went to an event, our last event of 3, and me and MYKEL were the only ones who ate the really spicy cauliflower. And the next day, our 4-hour train ride from Rajpipla back to Mumbai was not pleasant. We got into an argument, and we actually were so loud, the loud Americans, that one of the conductor of the train was like, calm down. We were like, oh my God, we are so not Zen. We were like the people that they were told their story to when they went home. Like, there were these 2 Americans that were
yelling at each other on the train platform.
But yeah, me and MYKEL have been working together on various projects that have soared and sunk over the years, and we keep coming back for more. It's a love that was built a long time ago, and that will never change. So MYKEL, you recently moved to Texas.
Yeah, the short story is the pandemic raised its hand at me, and I found myself, I lost my living arrangement twice. So I had an opportunity to first visit my best friend who moved here from Queens to McAllen, Texas, which is the South Pole of Texas, just to visit. And I was like, oh yeah, let's do this. And then things went south very fast. And he said, come on down, come live with me and my fiance. And I said, fuck it, I'm coming. And I drove my ass across the country. And I'm now here at the McAllen Arts Incubator, continuing my work. and they're happy to have a New Yorker, actually 2 New Yorkers, here in McAllen to bring what we know here. And the other thing is, I want to be able to source to all of your amazing talents and performers a way for them and you to connect with the incubator here to do like a virtual art walk, which is, they've reached out to me. They're like, do you know anyone? And I'm like, yeah. And Chauncey knows everyone. So
Yeah. So you could, your Instagram is Pieces of MYKEL, right?
yes.
And I'm going to make a little ticker for you. So I want to make sure.
Well, Pieces of Me, MYKEL is my Instagram.
Pieces of Me, MYKEL. Okay.
Yeah, Pieces of Me, MYKEL.
MYKEL.info, is that still around?
No, that is not around. That's dead in the water.
BroadwayToBombay.com. And what else should I put under there? Do you have a Venmo?
My Venmo,
You always got to know your Venmo. It's 2021. Come on.
you know what? I am under a rock when it comes to using Venmo. I still use PayPal, and it works nicely for me. It's M-Dicus, D-I-C-U-S. M-Dicus. That's the Venmo.
All right. Got it. All right. So follow him. He's got some great. He teaches flag dance. That's the reason we went to India to bring flag dance to the LGBTQ community there that needed some help getting out a lot of unexpressed emotions and stuff like that, because they just recently legalized homosexuality. But definitely do a search on Facebook for Broadway to Bombay, and you'll find our event on the 27th. It's early for the East Coast. It's in the morning.
9:30 a.m.
But it's be a wonderful way to wake up. MYKEL's going to instruct the workshop that we brought to India, and just all you need is a piece of brightly colored fabric, like a bandana size. You need an internet connection and a phone or a computer, and you could be part of this wonderful Saturday morning rejuvenation and activity. So
yeah, Prince Manvendra will also be translating it into Hindi in real time. So that will be interesting.
Awesome. So we're going to go ahead and MYKEL, what performance did you have prepared for us?
I am I haven't been performing in a while, but I've never stopped singing. And Alison Moyet is one of my favorite artists, and I tend to gravitate to low female singers, and she's one of them. And yeah, and this is the song is called "This House." And it's off of one of her earlier albums, and that's all I can say. I love it.
All right, so we're gonna get to it and show the video for MYKEL. Thank you so much, MYKEL. Like I said, you can follow MYKEL. I have the ticker with all the information. Thank you, MYKEL.
Yep.
Whose sticky hands are these? And what is this empty place? I could be happily lost, but for your face. Here stands an empty house that used to be full of life. Now it's home for no one and his wife. It's a hovel and who can take your place? I can't take another day. And who will shelter me? cold in here. Cover me. Under these fingertips, a strange body rolls and dips. I close my eyes, and you're here again. Later, as day descends, I'll shout from my window to anyone listening. I'm losing. Who can take your place? I can't face another day. And who will shelter me? It's cold in here. Cover me. Oh, in a plague of hateful questioning, tap dancing every syllable from ear to ear. I hear the din of lovers jousting when I'm hiding with my head to the wall. So who will shelter me? It's cold in here.
Wow, I just needed a second. I did want to come back in the room. That was a lovely centerpiece of the show. Wow, thank you, MYKEL. Thank you so much. Yes, MYKEL has been singing his songs for a long time, and he really always takes you there to a direction that you don't really expect all the time. Just like that crescendo came in, I was like, whoa, things are about to get wild here. But like I said, follow MYKEL on all those things. I'll put the ticker up again. And I hope everyone's enjoying themselves. This is a fun little show. It's a lot shorter than usual, and we're just about 10 minutes behind, not an hour behind like we were at this point last month. I'm pretty proud of myself. So yeah, follow MYKEL, and also the Pieces of Us documentary will be coming out that features 4 different people who turned a hate crime into something positive. So that is hopefully going to be on Netflix. And guess who is getting some cinema filmmaking credit? Me. I filmed some stuff there. That's what I went to India for. So I can add cameraman or filmmaker to my resume. Anyway, enough about me. I just got word that our house band, the Debbie Donnas, who couldn't be here live, sent me a little parcel with a little performance. A little performance that I'm excited to show everyone. They are a collective headed by my little brother Carlos Acosta, or he goes by Carlo with that weird O thing at the end. I don't even know what to call that O. I was gonna have him come on and talk, but we're a little behind, so I'd rather just make fun of him so he can't defend himself. Ooh, hold on. You got a little sneak peek. So tricky, this StreamYard. It likes to do things on its own. But the Debbie Donnas are a wonderful, they are the house band for a reason. And they always bring up something fresh, wacky, emotional, all that smorgasbord thrown in a bag. And and all that kind of stuff. And I just want to give a big shout out to everyone that's usually in the show that is listening and watching. They're all cavorting and talking in the group chat, and I'm chiming in a little bit. From Ricky to Evan to Tara to Sarah, they are part of the Stonewall Freakout family, and we just have this wonderful connection. And big shout out to my baby mama, Miss Michelle RUIZ, who is our whatchamacallit, our virtual door goddess today. So she's my baby mama. We have a little child. Her name is Veronica. She's a little baby Madonna, but I haven't seen her in a while. She's been keeping her away from me because I'm not very good at keeping an eye on her at special events, 'cause back when I used to drink a lot. But anyway, I'm drinking tonight. I'm having some, what is it called? Chateau Diana wine, like the cheap wine from the bodega. So it's doing me well because I'm not drunk. It's not like the Four Loko from last month, and it tastes good. It's not so bad. But anyway, I'm going to give you a little taste of this wonderful, wonderful little heartwarming Valentine's Day preparation type performance from the Debbie Donnas. So I want to say thank you to them for taking the time to surprise me with this little performance.
Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin if I can't help falling in love with you? Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you. Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Oh, take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you. For I can't help falling in love with you.
Aww, that was so beautiful. Oh my God. So hope that got you all in the spirit for Valentine's Day, because that's such a pleasant little song. So I want to say thank you to the Debbie Donnas. Follow them on Facebook. They have a Facebook page and Instagram, and you can follow Humanitat, which is Carlo, and they're all linked in there. So, but the Debbie Donnas, they make every month that much more special. So I want to give a big shout out to all of them. And there's so many of them, I can't keep track. They're like a litter of kittens and stuff like that. They're just fabulous kittens that are creative, and they're all political. They all give a shit. They're like my nieces and nephews in a way. I love that. All right, so our next performer is the one and only NIKKI Horton. NIKKI Horton is a Black transgender guitarist and composer originally from France. a freelance musician for years, she then decided to focus more on her own compositions, facing difficulties and lesser opportunities for being trans in the music industry, especially while living at the time in Paris. NIKKI kept forging her determination to keep growing. As of late, back in her birth town, she developed audio production skills and has been putting out one single at a time. You can follow NIKKI Horton Music, that's NIKKI HORTON on Instagram and Spotify. And she's just released a bunch of singles, and she's going to be releasing a lot more music. I've been listening in on some of the editing sessions, and it's pretty freaking rad. So please welcome to the virtual stage my friend NIKKI Horton. Hi, NIKKI.
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
How you doing? I'm amazing. You know, one day at a time, one mix at a time, one note at a time.
Awesome.
That's where I'm at for now. How about you?
I'm pretty good. I think things are going pretty well. We only have a few more performers left. I'm getting used to the StreamYard business. It's like the third time. Still on deck, we have the amazing Brady CUDMORE from Prince Edward Island, Canada, and the one and only trans friend SISCO, closing out the show with poetry and usual FRAN shenanigans. So Fernanigans.
Right.
But, you were in France. Now you're back in New York, and you're kind of you're trudging along and you're doing your thing. So
Yep. Sometimes when you got to do your thing, and when an environment is not fitting to you, you just got to go with the flow and decide to just like go where you really feel you belong.
Exactly.
And I had a calling back from my home city since way back, but only for like each time I was involved in other musical projects and stuff. So I was like kind of faithful to those people I was working with. So it never really happened. And seeing all the bullshit, I was like, just let me get out of here and do my thing here.
And I do know I got to see you a lot since I was working at Stonewall most of the summer. I got to see you doing a lot of protests, and you were very involved in the Black Lives Matter movement. And you got to the Black Trans Lives Matter movement, and I got to see you out there, and it was kind of cool. We went to a couple rallies together, saw each other, and
I even got to see you marching and leading a march, right?
Yes.
Correct.
That was the interesting about 2020. 2019 was World Pride, for anyone who didn't know, and World Pride was party, celebration.
Right, till the dawn, till night.
Everything was gleaming and shiny and sparkly, and then 2020, for obvious reasons, in March, everything went blue, but all the anger and the frustration and the hostility and the protests that took place pushed the pride and the protest aspect of being gay and queer and trans and all that kind of stuff, pushed that full throttle out. And the 2 years couldn't have been more different. But I was telling a friend that I grew up with the other day.
It's like it flipped.
Yeah, I'm so happy that I was able to be a part of both of them. The really celebratory one that was like kind of commercial and blah blah blah, and then the following year it was blood, sweat, and tears. So it was pretty amazing time to be alive in New York City.
Totally, because like thing is ever so evolving. Daily we get new intel, and this whole new shift of political thing going on in the country, our shift of leadership, all this, it's like all now this tension that was accumulating. It's like it kind of released at some point.
Exactly. So what are you gonna do for us tonight?
So I'm releasing an album soon, in a couple of months, and I have this song I really like, and I decided to do a piano voice version. I'm not really that much of a piano player, but just give it a vibe. And
all right, well, I'm gonna sneak out. I'm gonna sneak out and let you take the things.
Oh wow. I can see it in your eyes. No, for me ain't no disguise. We're just rolling down the road, straight to our last abode. It is only here and now. Who I am is like a vow that seals how I feel inside. Ain't no sad way to how it goes, indifferent for each one knows. We friends or foes. You can take back all your hate. I won't accept it, it's out of date. And steel will chill and shiver. Is greater than ever. And it's the way it is, it's the way I feel, it's the way I live, it's the way I breathe. And I will defeat your inhumanity. Yes, I will. There is only here and now. Who I am is like a vow that seals how I feel somehow. Ain't no sad way to how it goes. There's different for each one who knows. We could be friends or foes. All right, guys, that was Here and Now, composed during this freaking pandemic in June. And right. So what? Should I go on with the next one? And what's going on, Chauncey?
Keep going.
Alrighty, right. So this is a song like In Me Within that I composed like 2 days ago.
I love that I could just pop in and then...
Right, this is beautiful. So wait a minute, let me figure my shit out right here. Turning this one out. And so yeah. Everything was like recorded on Monday. So what's gonna happen? Maybe I need half a is. Oh yeah, you know what? Give me a second. It's about this shit. This is so annoying. So let's do it. Let me see. There it is. One. All right, guys. So let me see. All right. So wait a second, I have a problem. I have to admit, like, why is this not transmitting the sound? I freaking want. Oh yes. All right. I told you. There's always a thing in those things. So it should be playing. It's nuts. I don't get it, Chauncey. I'm so sorry. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do this shit. All right, let's do it here. what's happening? Is my interface weird? It was working. Well, let's try it like this, right? There you go, guys. Yes, yes.
Nikki.
There you go. But where is my distortion? I don't understand, guys. I'm sorry.
That should be the name of your next album. Where's My Distortion?
Right. Hello. There was a song that was supposed to be written, you know, like, I forgot my wig, I forgot my amp, and I forgot my heels. And that's literally a true story that happened like years and years ago.
Is that the song? That was the song? Those are the lyrics?
It's a song to be written.
Oh, okay.
It's a song to be written, yeah.
I have to write that song. I made up that that Christian rock back cover album cover photo, and one of the songs that I still have to write is "It's Not Only Your Oil That's Essential." But I also want to give a shout out to
you know what? I'm burning essential oil right now.
Are you really? I want to give a big shout out to Majori, to Satania Face, to Wendy.
Right, we're
everyone else in the back. I don't know if I forgot any. I know I forgot a bunch of people, but the other Debbie Donnas. Like I said, they've all become a really wonderful family. We don't really fight or anything. I pick on them, but we don't. Nobody fights. Everybody gets along, and Nikki's a part of that family. And me and Nikki just met one day outside of Stonewall. I tell that story every time. I know everyone's sick of hearing it, but I was just like, "Who are you? And what are you doing?" And she was like, "I just did a jam session at the bar next door." I was like, "Well, I'm Chauncey, and I work at Stonewall, and I do this show every month. You should come play." And then it took us 3 months, and finally, we connected. And now I'm going to be helping Nikki with her social media and helping her get shit done and get famous.
Right?
Yeah.
There's a buzz here. I finally found that freaking button. Bitch. It's because I never use really Ableton. I'm always Pro Tools. I don't want to be nerdy or sound nerdy or whatever. And so that's it.
People have been looking for that button all their lives, and you found it. You're frozen. You froze at like the laugh mark.
Okay, all right. Well, that was kind of it for me tonight. You know,
Okay.
it was a pleasure from as
like
usual.
I said, follow you can follow
Totally. Sorry,
Nikki
so
Horton Music.
right, Nikki Horton Music on Instagram, Facebook. There's a website, Nikki Horton Music as well. There's on Spotify. You got my 2 singles. Yeah. On like SoundCloud, you got like some old shit that if you want to dig in, you can find some stuff.
And
the YouTube channel. That's
if you want to find something, if you want to find something, you just have to look for it, right?
interesting content on YouTube as well. On Instagram, I'm like more also like tutoring orientated. Like I'm just like browsing in through techniques and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe there's one more thing, but it eludes me right now. Right?
Well, thank you so much as always, Nikki. I'm always glad to hear your progress and your freaking crazy shredding skills.
Thank you. It would have been better with like freaking distortion, right? And high gain.
You know what? Sometimes distortion. You don't need distortion.
Right. Go with the flow.
All right, baby. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon.
Love and light.
All right. That was Nikki Horton. You can follow Nikki Horton Music, NIKKI Music. And just got some songs coming out on Spotify very soon. But there's some up there right now. Our next performer, he's my new like early morning coffee talk buddy on Facebook Messenger. His name is BRADY CUDMORE. He's a singer-songwriter, entertainer hailing from the beautiful shores of Prince Edward Island. He recently relocated to the island from New York City after 12 years. He's had an incredible amount of opportunities as a performer, entertaining stages such as Alvin Ailey City Group Theater, Carnegie Hall, Actors Temple Theater, and Disney, the Pentagon. Who knew? A major highlight of performing that Brady is forever grateful for pre-pandemic is entertaining and bartending at Julius's Bar in Cubbyhole, as well as performing at Stonewall. Please follow Brady's continued journey on Instagram at thisisbradynyc, because he'll be back. And he is forever grateful for all of his experiences and is looking forward to creating new ones. For booking inquiries, virtual booking inquiries, please email him at bradycudmore@gmail.com. All right, and we'll put up his info in a short period of time. But please welcome my dear friend, Brady CUDMORE.
Hello, everybody. How are you?
Hello, rainbow eyes.
Aren't these so much fun?
Those are great.
I know, they're really cool, right? They were given to me by my coworker. She was like, oh my God, we celebrated Pride 2 years ago and you need to wear these. I was like, yes, they're so cute.
They were like, none of us are gay. You're the only gay one. Take these.
You can't even see through them. Oh, your hair looks so good.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. What's going on?
Not much. I'm just eating some Hershey Kisses and choking on them.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Cause of death. Hershey Kiss. Not a good way to go.
No.
But yeah, I'm excited. We're only like about 10, 15 minutes behind schedule compared to, like I said, about an hour last time.
That's not bad.
And it's an hour ahead there, right? So it's 10 to 10 for you?
Yeah, and everybody's so talented too. They sounded so good.
Tonight has been a great show. I really, it's been a nice little variety. I could have used a couple more poets. My poets are in the chat right now. But we have another poet, someone doing poetry next.
Great.
So that'll round out the poetry portion of the show.
We're writing some things, some stuff.
But Brady gave me a sneak peek of something that. Are you going to be doing that song tonight?
No, I'm not going to be singing that tonight. That was only for you. Your ears only.
Oh.
I know.
Well, I feel extra special now. Thank you. And I'm sorry you all aren't getting treated to that, but anything Brady does is golden. So
thank you.
It's funny. It's like he used to work. He still would, I guess, if he lived here. But he worked at like our sister bar around the corner, Julius's, and he would show up on Thursdays and Sunday nights after my shifts, and that's when we got a chance to bond. But we just have this new ritual where we talk on like video chat, and we've gotten a lot closer. And I love our little chats, and I'm glad that we can keep tabs on each other emotionally and artistically that way.
I know, me too. It's been really nice too. I mean, it's kind of interesting being in PEI because like it's very different than being over in New York. It's been like a big adjustment, but I would say that I've had a lot of great communications with everybody from, you know, my home, if you will. So
Yeah.
it's been pretty good.
Well,
It's been a good
please,
vibe.
you're here for 12 years. You're definitely a New Yorker.
Yeah.
And you probably have, you know, like the clinic bill to prove it.
Yeah. Yes, I do.
we were talking about stuff earlier today that you know, blah blah blah, things that happen to you when you're frisky. But anyway, enough about that. But Brady Cudmore is super talented. This is Brady NYC on Instagram. Let me make you a little. We're gonna make you a little ticker. I forgot all about this last time. That I could like do this while we're doing the show, and I could add like little. Please follow. This is Brady NYC and all this kind of stuff. So like, I have all your links, but instead of just saying them, I can like, you know, actually just type them up and have them shoot across the screen. So we have This is Brady NYC on Instagram. Where else can people find you? Your Venmo is Brady-Cudmore.
Yeah, exactly. My Venmo is BRADY CUDMORE, and then also you can do paypal.me/BradyCudmore, which is me, this guy. So. And that's pretty much it. Happy Valentine's Day almost.
I know it's happening.
Yeah, I can't wait to sing this song. It's
all right. I'm gonna skedaddle and let you take the stage. I love you.
No, don't.
No.
I love you first. That's all.
Oh, okay. All right. Bye.
Right. Okay, so this song's called All Alone, and I hope you enjoy it. And here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I also miss everybody in New York City. I love everybody in PEI. And whoever's watching right now, I love you so much. I miss you. All alone, can somebody hear me? On my own and nobody sees me. All alone, can somebody hear me out? Oh, all alone and I'm just waving. Here I am, always taking the backseat. All alone, can somebody hear me out? Oh, and when you figure it out and it all goes down, I'll be sitting it out here with the ground, 'cause I'm all alone and nobody heard me out. Oh, why can't anybody see me? Is it 'cause I ain't so pretty? I've got miles and miles of love I wanna give out. Oh, oh, because just stay with me. I've got plans to go to the city. I've got miles and miles of love I wanna give out. Oh, but you got me seeking hope. Oh, 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 hey. All alone, can somebody hear me? On my own and nobody sees me. All alone, can somebody hear me out? Oh, all alone and I'm just waving. Here I am and nobody's staring. All alone, can somebody hear me out? top, all alone and nobody heard me out. Oh, why can't anybody see me? Is it 'cause I ain't so pretty? I've got miles and miles of love I wanna give out. Oh, hold me close and just stay with me. I've got plans to go to the city. I've got miles and miles of love I wanna give out. Oh, but you got me singing. Oh, 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 oh. That was All Alone. I hope you're all well. Gosh, I miss everybody. I miss everybody so much.
Yay, that was really good.
Thank you. Popping in, popping out. Where do you go? I can't.
I'm actually like, you know what I'm like? I'm like Jambi from Pee-wee's Playhouse. Like, wish. Did somebody say wish?
I love that. I feel like I want to sing a song for you, but this one's like cutesy. I don't know, Chauncey, what do you think about this? Cutesy, some Pocket Full of Sunshine, Natasha Bedingfield.
Wish? Did somebody say wish?
Yeah. It happened.
I know.
I feel like we have so many changes right now with costumes.
Changes. I think you should do whatever you want to do, because everything is great. You know what I must tell you though? White wine and chocolate, not a good combo.
No, it sounds terrible.
Yeah, it's a double, you know?
Yeah, I totally get that.
Maybe red wine and chocolate is good, but white wine?
I think that red wine is, for sure. I've definitely had like one of those nights where I ate like Lindt chocolates with, you know, red wine. It was great. You know what I mean?
I love that I just have red.
Oh, you froze. You froze. Where did you go? Is it me? Oh no. Oh,
so did you. We all did. There must have been a StreamYard blackout or something.
Oh gosh.
Okay,
are we back?
Oh, you know, I'm feeling the wine, so I'm gonna disappear. Bye.
All right, love you. Bye. I'm gonna play a little clip of a song, and then I'm gonna skip over to the one that's Pocket Full of Sunshine. And I hope you're all well, and I love you all so much, and I miss you, and I can't wait to be back in New York and saying hi to everybody and hanging out. And that's pretty much it. This is my little Valentine's song. I went from All Alone to If I Fall in Love with You, which is probably possible. So I hope you enjoy. If I fall in love with you, would you love me too? I'm not the prettiest one on earth, but if you love me through all of my hurt, I could be the best for you. If I fall in love with you, would you love me too? If you say you love me too, I can be the best for you. I'm not the prettiest one on earth, but if you love me through all of my hurt, I will be the best for you. smartest one on earth, but if you love me through all my words, I could be the best for you. And that's that song. It's very simple. And very quickly, I'll do a little piece of Pocket Full of Sunshine, if that's okay, and then I'll jump out of the picture. And I love you guys all so much. I hope you enjoy it.
That sounds like a great idea.
Okay, cool. And you all know the song, so sing along. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, Scooby-Doo-Bop. So this song actually played in my head during Easy A, which is like one of my favorite movies of all time. OMFP, it is the best. And if you know the words, feel free to sing along, because Natasha Bedingfield is my favorite. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 1, 2 and 2. I've got a pocket full of sunshine. I got a love that I know that's all right. What you want, but you're never gonna break me. Sticks and stones, they're never gonna shake me. Take me away, a secret place. Take me away, a secret place. Take me away, a far escape. Take me away, take me away. I've got a pocket full of sunshine. I got a love, I know that it's all mine. Oh, that's you. Do what you want, but you never gonna break me. Fix it so once and never gonna shake me. Take me away, a secret place, a secret place. Take me away, a sweetest place. Take me away, a sweetest place. I've got a pocket full of sunshine. I got a love, and I know that it's all mine. Do what you want, but you're never gonna break me. Sticks and stones are never gonna shake me. All together. I got a pocket full of sunshine. I got a love, and I know that it's all right. Do what you want, but you're never gonna break me. Sticks and stones, you're never gonna shake me. And that's all of you folks here. Can I do it? Can I do it? Oh my gosh, can I do it? I did it! Wow.
Wow.
Costume changes. Look at that. It's kind of awkward, but hey, look at it go.
Pride is awkward. Pride is awkward.
Pride is awkward, but you know what? You'll get through
Hashtag
it just like
pride is
I
awkward. Hashtag pride is awkward, you know. You put the I in pride, you know.
Thank you. I did. And out of pride, apparently.
You put the rid in pride.
I did. I love you. I miss you.
I love you too. Yeah, no, it's I kind of get lost whenever you perform. Like I kind of just like I'm like, oh wait, I'm hosting the show. I have to remember it's not the wine. I haven't had that much wine, but I'm saying like whenever you perform, like like everyone's saying, you're Wendy said it. You are a pocket full of sunshine.
Aw, and you are too, Wendy.
Wendy Stewart is a pocket full of sunshine.
Yes.
She's a tagging pocket of sunshine. The tagaholic. You haven't lived unless you've been over tagged by Wendy Stewart. That's the way.
And we adore that. We adore that.
You know what I love? I love this that I can put like I can highlight people's I think we got a weirdo in here. Want to become famous, buy followers. Oh wow, we got our first like spam comment.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I miss you too. Also, I'm seeing all these messages. I miss you.
Pride is awkward. Babs, I think we need to make t-shirts. Pride is awkward. It might be the wine too, be honest, Chauncey. Yeah, it's a little bit the wine, Tara. Why are you being all all right, everyone. All right, I'm gonna highlight that, and I'm gonna highlight Wendy gave us a moi, and we're gonna highlight the weird spam comment. Want to become famous? Buy followers.
I want to become
weird letters.
famous. Buy hours.
Primes and viewers. Premays and viewers on don't click it. Everyone don't click it.
Don't click it. Don't click that one. That's
don't click the link. Don't click the link. Stop and think. Don't click the link. Oh, I'm reading a song. Anyway, all right. So Brady Cudmore. This is Brady NYC. Venmo Brady -Cudmore. Dashes and underscores. They befuddle me. Was Brady Cudmore already taken without the dashes? Or do you just add the dashes for like visual
appeal for money, right? Dashes mean money, right? Because I always see like a negative in my bank account, and I'm like, yeah, like that sounds about right. Like,
I loathe the underscore. Underscore just bothers me. I don't know why. It hurts my feelings.
It's so hard. It hurts my fingers when I'm doing it, like the old-fashioned type thing. You know.
It just when I look at it, like it's a down. Like I feel like I'm falling.
Yeah, like ooh, like an elevator, like when it shifts.
It's like Brady underscore Cudmore. Like, no, Brady underscore Brady -Cudmore.
Brady up score, middle score. All right, I love you so much.
I love you too. And look up the interrobang. The interrobang is a very fascinating punctuation mark. It's out of style now, but the interrobang, the story behind the interrobang is very interesting. It's an exclamation point and a question mark stamped on top of one another. It's pretty awesome.
I can't wait.
I think we need to bring back the interrobang. But anyway, I love you, Brady, and I'm not even that drunk. I think I just haven't had any wine or liquor in so long that a couple glasses of it, half a bottle of it, gets me feeling good.
That's great.
and I'm a genie right now, so I can wish for more if I want. Like I wish I had another glass. Boom.
There it is.
Anyway. All right. I love you, Brady, and have fun in PEI. Isn't it amazing, everyone, that Prince Edward Island is further east than us, that it's in another time zone? It's actually 10:09 there. Like I didn't know any. I thought east of New York was the ocean only. I didn't know that there were places in North America.
Yeah, like islands and like municipalities. It's crazy. Even for me, like it's still amazing.
Like Maine and Florida. Maine isn't in another. Is Maine in another? Are parts of Maine in another time zone? No, right?
No, I don't think so. I think it's like New Brunswick through. I could be wrong though. I'm not sure.
All right. Well, you have a great night, Brady, and I'm glad you were able to be a part of this show.
Me too.
And we'll talk soon. Everybody give Brady some love on PayPal or follow him on Instagram and send him money on Venmo. I love you, Brady. Have a good night.
I love you. I miss you. Bye.
All right. We have come to the end of our show. And bringing up the rear is one of my favorite people on earth, Francisco, or just Francisco, whatever you want to call her. She's a left brain, right brain creative who freely and fully expresses her creativity and desire to make a difference in the world by focusing on issues of authenticity, honesty, fairness, kindness, diversity, and inclusiveness. She interacts her left brain analytical and detailed skills with her right brain skills of lateral thinking, intuition, and sensitivity applied to various creative disciplines, including writing, songs, poems, plays, and essays, entertaining, stand-up comedy, singing, sketch comedy, filmmaking, producing scores of shows, visual arts, paintings, sculptures, and collages, radio and internet show hosting, inventions, motivational speaking, and trans advocacy. You can follow Fran at transfrancisco.com, Facebook Francisco, Cisco with an S, and Venmo Fran-Cisco, no underscore. So let's welcome to the stage, Trans Francisco. Hi, Fran.
Hi, Chauncey.
How are you?
Hi, everyone.
I have your performances like revved up, but I just want to chit chat a little with you. How's it going?
Yes, I'd love to.
How's it going?
The show has been amazing. It really has.
Fun, right? It's been a fun show.
Yeah, and if I could just say a couple of things about what's happened so far. There's like connections to I mean, not only knowing the other performers, but there's connections, deep connections to the songs, to things that were said. And I was thinking that it seems so magical when we look back on this a couple of years from now, in the middle of a pandemic, you know, with all of these problems, there was freak out.
Yes, there was.
You know, it's really pretty heavenly, actually.
Aw, that makes me very happy. That makes me happy. That makes me smile on the inside.
Yeah, right. And your Broadway to Bombay, I had a flashback to your first announcement of it at Stonewall. I remember. I mean, everything. Carlos, when he was up, when they were doing that thing, I was seeing the films that were at Stone. I was just going back over and over as each performer was doing their thing, and they were really great. And I think NIKKI, I actually performed with her at recently at Quentin's reading. I think Quentin Crisp's reading at through or sponsored by Gene Frankel Theater. But anyway.
The lavender-haired homosexual.
What'd you say?
He was a lavender-haired homosexual.
Homosexual. Can I say something about Valentine's Day?
Was he a part of the Mattachine Society? No, right?
What?
He wasn't part of the Mattachine Society, was he?
I don't think so.
He was great. I don't
think so. But you know what? I was given a book at the end of that about him at the end of that performance. It's sitting on my washing machine. I haven't read it yet. I can look it up tomorrow and let you know.
Okay.
I have a quick story, Valentine's story.
Yeah, go for it.
There's a show going on. They wanted a 30-second clip of your first date.
Oh, wow.
And my first day, I was 20 years old. I was on my way into New York City on the train. I see this really gorgeous girl about the same age. I sit next to her. We start talking. On the train ride back, I made sure I sat next to her again to get more friendly. And across the aisle was my friend Tommy and said, "What are you doing this weekend?" I said, "I'm going to a wedding, Richie's wedding." He says, "Oh, I'm going too. I'm getting married."
Wow.
So he looked at me and said he knew I broke up with this other girl. He says, "Who are you taking to the wedding?" So I looked next to me and he went like, ask her, you know. And so I leaned over and I said, "Lori, would you like to go to a wedding on Saturday night?" And she said, "Yes." When I went home, I was living at home at the time. I said to my father, "Today I met the girl I'm going to marry."
Aww.
And I married her.
Wow.
And I actually spoke to her last night, and I shared that story with her. So that kind of leads into these poems. If you're,
I'm all ready.
If you're ready,
I kind of look like Sharon Stone from Ratched.
Absolutely like her. In fact, your body is very much like her.
From that Ratched show when she played the rich woman with the monkey.
Oh, I don't remember that show.
It just came out recently.
Oh, really? Okay.
The first one is "Ode to be Uncreative," right?
Yes, "Ode to be Uncreative."
Okay.
Yeah.
So you ready?
Yeah, I just wanted to say I'm going back to some of these old poems as a way to kind of tie up loose ends in my life. And I'm loving that I'm still the same person, no matter how much I've changed. You know, I love changing, and I love also continuity.
They
Anyway,
they do say though that every 7 years your body entirely regenerates, so there's not one cell in your body that was the same cell 7 years ago. That
yeah,
was in-
I've heard that. Isn't that
So
amazing?
when you look at your yearbook photo, it's actually, it looks like you, but you have nothing.
I wonder if that accelerates when you're on hormones.
So you're like every
Joke. Yeah.
every 4 years you're a new person.
Every 3 days.
All right, so we're gonna flip on to to be on creative. Then we'll talk a little. Then we'll do the second one. Is that cool?
Yes, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
There's a little music behind this first one, I think.
Okay.
I hope it's not distracting.
Okay.
So you like when they say, "Oh, she's creative," or "He's creative," or "They're creative." Yeah, you like that, huh? Well, at some point, you're gonna hate your own creativity because it's like a drug. It's like worse than drinking, worse than drugs. It's addictive. And here's a poem that I wrote about it when I faced another failure. Don't get me wrong, I'd rather be creative than not. But here is a poem called "Oh, to be uncreative." Someone said that which gives you life can kill you too. The line rings true about me and you. You, my creativity. You, my inspiration. You, my nemesis. I never thought we'd be adversaries, you and I, after all those years in the sun, having all that fun creating things like poems and stories, contraptions, and plans and ways to make the world better and my world better. But you got me in this mess. You tantalized me with the nectar of your ideas, and I made them mine, and they whip me side by side and spin me round and round like some carnival ride. Now I avoid you. I'm looking out for you. When you creep around the corner in the shadow, and just when I'm getting myself back on track, then you step into the light, and with your eyes wide, with a smile of wonder, I see it stops me cold. 100 bursts explode in my mind's neural network, and I see your inspiration, the idea that you give to me, and I can't refuse it. It envelops me, pulled in by the truth the idea reveals. It's clear and stark, right and pure, and I melt into the thought of it and love it. I hold it in my mind's eye, and that wraps around it like a mother clutches a long-lost son. And there I go, following the idea, enraptured, oblivious to time and care and woe, and blind to financial concern and family and others around me. Following the idea, seduced, until I see how selfish I am. And then despising you, the cause, and hating your brilliance. Oh, if only the glow of the ideas was not as bright and not as frequent, for then I could live my life in a more measured and peaceful cadence. Please, let me be alone for a while. I will look for you when I'm ready. I know where you'll be lurking, near the things that need improving and fixing, hanging around the ways that need fixing and improving too, near the emptiness that needs filling, next to dullness.
adjacent to failures. Let me be consumed for a while by unimaginative, uncreative thoughts so I could rest and regather and then dance and sing and see the world for what it is and for not how I make it. For I am not God, and you, my creative side, are not God's angel, but rather the devil, who turns humility and love into pride and distrust. Be gone for now. Out of my life. Out.
Wow, Fran, that was sensational.
Thank you. Thank you.
Holy moly. I was sucked into that.
Thank you. That's a true story. I was working on something like an invention. I was supposed to get this big advance and it fell through. And I got so upset with myself that I started speaking that poem, like just came to me.
Wow.
Many years ago. And luckily I remembered enough of it that I wrote it down. And so I do think that creativity has a dangerous side, but like I said in the beginning, I would rather be creative than uncreative. But like with anything really good, you have to have balance, you know. You have to, you know.
No, definitely. No, that
moderate. Glad you like it.
I'm always amazed when someone can. I write a lot of poetry, but Satania Face does it too. Like I guess I haven't really tried, but I don't remember everything as much as like you and Satania just remembered every line. And maybe do you
you know what? The way it happened last night, in this next poem, there's a urinal, and you know, like a urinal that a man would stand at.
Yes.
So I went to the local supermarket, an Acme supermarket, to find if they had one. They did, in the basement. So I went down the basement, and I thought I was just going to see where it was and then come back today. I went last night, and instead I did it right then. In the bathroom, I practiced the poem over and over. And because for that poem, either that poem or this, I didn't have the sheets with me, so I couldn't even read it. I had to call it back from memory. But anyway, you would be able definitely to do it, Chauncey. I know you would.
It's kind of like a script, right? It's kind of like memorizing.
Yeah, exactly. You just keep on going over and over, you know.
I can kind of like I can ad lib like a perform. Like I could like somebody gave me a topic. I could pretend I'm a character, but like the words of the poetry that I write, I would have a hard like maybe I'll
what you do is what a suggestion is to put a rhythm to it. I'll give you one quick example. It's in this next poem. And this is the phrase. It's something, you know, there's a thing, an idea about something always ruins it. Something ruins it. Maybe groups or maybe governments. Maybe gods or maybe gorillas. Maybe guidelines or maybe gunfire. Maybe Germans or maybe gooks. But the alliteration in that poem, the G's.
I love alliteration.
The you know, the rhythm of it, that all helps in the memorization. And when you're writing it, it's a good idea to build that in, you know. It helps with the anyway.
I mean, I was in a lot of plays, and I remembered my lines. It's been so long. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, that's why I love your poem.
That's why I like doing these. Poem. Oh, thank you. That's why I like doing these visual poetry films, because I can record it and then I can get creative with the visual and all that kind of stuff. So it's a different medium. But I'm getting savvy with iMovie. But so should we get to our next your next performance?
Yes. Okay. A little setup? No?
Yeah, you can give me setup, yeah.
Yeah, a little setup. I wrote this poem. I don't want to give away my age, but I wrote this poem over 40 years ago. And this came to me while I was standing at a urinal taking a leak. And it seemed like the only time I really thought a lot is when I was at a urinal and it wasn't coming out and I had to stand there. And that's when I was thinking about things. And it was sad that that was the time I devoted to thinking about things. But this is a poem about that. It's called I'd Rather, But I Can't.
The key test if I'm a new person is how I deliver a poem that meant a lot to me when I was a guy, and I wrote it in a bathroom. I created it in a bathroom, and I wrote it afterwards in a men's room, sort of just like this, at a urinal. Just like this, or only older and uglier. So here goes. Let's see how much I can remember it. Written probably 50 years ago. It's called I'd Rather, But I Can't. You do that to make you take a leak. The sound of the water helps. And you can't leak when you start thinking about things. Here goes. Waiting here for it to finally piss or pass, or call it what you may. Hell, it's the same today as any other day, except for some odd evenings of food and drink, and those we won't count, we'll shut them off with a blink. Piss, urine, tinkle, hell, call it Rip Van Winkle, screw the description, because the act is good, because it makes me think. Stuck in a bathroom to write good thoughts down on, without a pen and paper to write good thoughts down with. Thoughts like these are not remembered delicately, but later written uncraftedly. I'd rather ball with you under the sun or under the moon or in the rain or on the grass. I'd rather breathe sweet-smelling air or taste tasty mineral water or eat fresh-picked fruits from Eden's yard. I'd love to play with you the day away. Let me love with you my life away. Whatever, wherever, however, whoever. It just spends dollars and doesn't make sense. It stinks like that stupid piss I was leaking. I'd rather bowl under the sun. I'd rather, but I can't. Something always ruins it. Maybe groups, or maybe governments, maybe gods, or maybe gorillas, maybe guidelines, or maybe gunfire, or maybe Germans, or maybe kooks, or down below the ground. Oh, I'd rather play with you the day away. Let me live with you my life away. Everything stinks like that stupid piss I was leaking. The piss comes out and leaves you satisfied. The piss comes out and leaves you satisfied? Screw the description. The act is good because it makes me think. And I hope one day I can say, thoughts, cares, go away. Come again some other day. Probably when with piss I'm full, standing at this old ugly enamel urinal.
Holy cow! You remembered all that from
Yeah.
years
Yeah.
ago? Holy cow!
Yeah. There was one
Fran, this is a side of you. These past two freakouts is a side of you that I knew was in there, but like never had got a chance to witness it because you're always doing like either parodies or you're doing performing with the Imperial Court. That's where I met you.
right.
But it's like this is like wow. I feel like I got led into a secret club.
Yeah, it's a heavy side of me, but I think we all have those heavy sides, and it's a real thoughtful side. And I'm going back, just last week, I did a song parody called "That Strife." That's what all the trans girls say. And it was like fun and upbeat and funny and everything. But I need to have that, and I need to have the more serious. I'm getting very involved in social justice issues and Black Lives Matter and stuff.
Yes.
And I'm feeling really good about that, and so it's part of being ADD, I think, is being like all different things and personalities and stuff. You're that way too, I think. No?
Yeah, I can't. I don't know how people just like are an accountant or they're just a cab driver or they're just a baseball player. Like the list of things I want to do is longer than it gets longer every year.
I had a crazy thought, Chauncey. Maybe this will be it on a positive note. That somehow these vaccines and everyone, sorrowfully, a lot of people died and got sick, but somehow these vaccines will lead us to a better health situation for all of the population, and maybe we'll all live longer instead of shorter. Maybe there'll be like another side of this.
That's a wonderfully optimistic. I love that. I love that idea.
I want to, and I want to stay in that thinking, for a while anyway.
Almost like it makes us gives us like a super strength in a way.
Yeah, like a super strength physically, and also the emotional turmoil that we've been through gives us a spiritual or a mental fitness.
Yes, mental fitness
that we wouldn't have had otherwise.
Well, here's the weird thing, and I often felt like I'm being honest now, and on broadcasting whoever's watching, but it's like there was only about 1 week where I flipped out and lost my mind. Yeah. Like I keep seeing people oversharing on Facebook and oversharing, not that they need to do it because they need to get it out and they need to express themselves and all that. But I've seen so many people lose their mind early on in the pandemic, like in April or in June. And maybe I was able to, I had the opportunity to work 2 days a week at Stonewall. So that kept my mind busy. I've been volunteering at Sylvia's place that I even told some of the people that I volunteer with, when I go there, I'm out of Chauncey's life and I'm helping people and I have to be there for 3 hours. I show up every week, 2 times a week. It's like I force myself to do that. And maybe I've kept busy but I don't know why I was never so afraid of the virus. I never was that afraid of it. I was scared in the beginning.
Right.
And I totally understand all the people who were terrified and there were people who didn't get on the subway and still haven't gotten on the subway. And there's people who haven't gotten on the subway until end of June. And, I started getting on, I don't know what, I was like, am I just going to have a total breakdown? But I just had about a week and a half back when the unemployment, I was waiting and waiting and I couldn't get through to people and there was something wrong with my claim. There was a little break in it. And once they got that, then I got everything that I was supposed to get. But I kind of lost my mind a little bit there because I was like, what the hell am I going to do? And then about a month or two ago around the holidays, I kind of got a little over it as well. And I kind of whatever.
I think possibly for you too, I think being LGBT gives you a bit more fortitude. And also because you know hundreds and hundreds thousands of people.
I don't know about hundreds of thousands.
Well, hundreds, thousands of people. And I think you get to see a lot of people who go through it and who are, you know, people to emulate. You know, you probably get some good role models.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
know, and I know I didn't have that. That I shouldn't say it because I didn't have much of a bad time with it because I threw myself into doing more things during this time. It ends up I was busier than, and not just busy work. You know, I was busier. I called it the grand awakening of people and of me personally. I found that I really got in touch with what my priorities are, which are mainly people, and also cherishing what's gone in the past. So even family of mine that's deceased, I feel their presence all the time, and I got to better appreciate the people who are here now, so that I don't have any regrets later that I didn't spend enough time with them or whatever. So
no, I totally agree. That's the one thing. Like my father was sick for about 3 weeks, and he's a stubborn 75-year-old Italian man, and he didn't want to go to the doctors. And my brother got tested; he was negative. My brother still lives at home, and my dad was sick. And the thing is, I'm not the type of person who would post that on Facebook. I find it a little crazy sometimes, the things that people share. You know, like I'm like, oh my God, there's nothing sacred, like whatever. But the other issue is that, you know, I didn't tell everybody, but I was like, there was a moment where I was like, oh my God, I haven't seen my dad, you know, since before the pandemic because of life, and then that happened, so I didn't see him for this whole time. Like, what if something were to happen to him? Like the last 2 years of his life, I didn't get a chance to even hang out with him, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that affected me. And I did have a little bit of a health scare in May that I faced my mortality. I think I was having what I thought were panic attacks, but it ended up being, I guess, really horrible indigestion, heartburn, palpitations from sleep apnea. So I got that all. My heart is in good shape. Went and got all the tests and everything. I'm in good shape, but because of the sleep apnea, I was having ridiculous heartburn that was causing panic attacks, which I heard it can.
Yes.
So I'm getting my digestive system back under control, et cetera. That's, whatever, neither here nor there. But I think maybe I had my own little crisis.
Yes. Right.
And I didn't really share it with everyone. I shared it with a few people. So I think that's why, I don't know why I feel like I'm in a confessional booth right now. But I think, I don't know. I always have something that I could keep myself busy in a padded cell, if you tried to put me in jail, in solitary confinement, I'd be like, thank you. I would count the
right. Try to catch up.
I'd count the buttons on the wall,
stuff,
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm amazed. It was interesting to watch people's breakdowns and people's, like you said, their fortitude, and who was out there protesting, who was suddenly talking about Black Lives Matter, and who was always talking about Black Lives Matter.
Well,
I got to watch, and I got to be a voyeur and just see people, how people reacted to it.
What happened to me as a local county legislator kept on sending me these newsletters about marching with Black Lives Matter. And I just didn't, I understood it. I have Black friends and everything, but I really didn't feel it in my soul, in my heart. And so one day I went, and it was an incredible march. It was called a dribble march. There were about 75 people with basketballs.
Oh, wow.
And they dribbled them down the main street in the town to the city hall, and then did a protest, sat on the steps, and then said, hands up, don't shoot, hands up, don't.
Wow.
And about 10 minutes into this march, I got very emotionally charged about it. And I could hardly breathe. I was so taken by it.
Yeah.
That I then did a show called judging people unfairly, and it got me more in tune with the Black Lives Matter movement, and also just appreciating other people more, Black people, and it's all because of just having a listening. I didn't have a listening all those years, it just started, so better late than never, I think. And then so there's always something how you could improve yourself, or how you can improve the way you think, or another thing, or transition another way, that type of thing.
Yeah. And I also think, you're Italian as well. I grew up with my Italian side of the family. We didn't grow up in the most open, there were a lot of racist comments shooting all over the place when I was a little kid. We didn't have a lot of Black people in my town. We had like one or two, and then eventually families started coming in. And like I grew up near Newark, New Jersey, right over the bridge. So like if you saw a Black kid, you were taught to make sure your bike is locked up. Like it was terrible.
Yeah.
The things that we were
in my household. All four of my grandparents were Italian. In my household, the men, especially the men, the uncles, my grandfathers, my father, would call Black people, as you probably have heard, moulignons.
Yeah.
Which was as bad as the N-word, or worse. And so I recently did a PSA with Episcopal Actors Guild that's just went live on Monday, and it related also to a story I told before that, and I posted it up on Facebook, and I think I'm doing a good thing, and I got a message this morning from somebody who knows me, not that closely, but knows me, and she wrote this whole page of how I should not have gotten on Italian American people because, they went through a similar thing as Black people, and she had the whole story down.
Yeah,
I haven't even responded to her yet, because tomorrow we have a meeting about this, how this PSA triggered or would trigger comments, and you can't change everyone's mind, and you shouldn't try to, but anyway, life is good, Chauncey. It's better because of you.
Oh, and you too, friend. Oh my God.
And when we're 100, we're going to be doing this someplace, somewhere.
Yes, we are.
Maybe there.
We're just gonna be brains in these machines. We're just gonna,
that's a good idea.
That's what I think the future is. I think we're not gonna have to reproduce. Our brains are just gonna be put in like a box. We're gonna have arms and like whatever, blah blah. But I want to
have to worry about your dress if it rips.
Exactly. You tore your dress. What a mess. But I just want to give a big thanks to Bobby Blue, ARIS, Craig WINBERRY, MYKEL, the Debbie Donnas with their little special appearance, NIKKI Horton, Brady Cudmore, and obviously Trans Francisco. Tonight has been a complete joy because I didn't have to rush. I didn't feel like I was making anybody wait too long. The longest we were behind was about 15 minutes. That's just because I like to gab, and we all like to gab. But I like the idea that I was able to like have conversations with the performers. And what the problem is in the past shows, I start doing that in the beginning, and then I'm like, I'm half an hour behind, and then I end up cheating the people at the end. So this was nice that I got to I'm going to do more shows with less people, so it'll make it a little more, a little more. I hope a lot of people watched. I hope people tuned in throughout the night.
And you've recorded it, right? So we can send it out too.
It's always recorded. I don't want you sending anybody to beat me up for not recording.
Oh no.
You're all Italian. I'm half Polish. You're full Italian. You probably know mafia people. I don't want to mess with you.
Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah.
All right, so we're gonna close the night out. I'm gonna say thank you, Fran. I'm gonna see you off the stage and just have to give some last remarks. I love you. Bye.
Bye.
All right, so that brings us to the end of the show. Next month's show is March is my birthday month, so I think I'm going to try to plan something. I mean, I don't know what the theme will be. It's not going to be about me particularly, but I'm going to try to get some people who I've been trying to get to perform and some of our regulars and all that kind of stuff. So it'll probably be towards mid to end of March. Because last year I was one of the first birthdays, and I was had to spend it all by myself, and bought a piece of cheesecake and had to sing happy birthday to myself. So I don't want to do that this year. I want to celebrate my birthday with all the people that I love. All right. So what I'm going to do is I want to say thank you again. Like I said, if you don't remember a performer's Venmo account, you can Venmo me at Chauncey Dandridge, or you could just Venmo me. You could tip me because, you know, it costs money to run this crazy world. No, I mean, you could tip me. You could tip the performers. There was no admission price, and you got a 2 and 45-minute show for free on the internets. So feel free to tip your performers. Like I said, if you tip me and put their name in the comment section, I'll make sure they get it. But I'm going to leave you off because I'm so proud of the weird intro pre-show video that I made. And I know some of you joined a little later, but I'm going to play it again as our outro video. So the pre-show video is going to be the outro video. And it was really wonderful creating this because I started creating it, and then each day as it simmered, more layers came into my head to add to it. So it started out as something very simple and it was going to be quite silent, but then I started adding things to it. And I did this stream of consciousness whisper throughout the entire video. And I was only supposed to record about 7 minutes. And I sat here at my computer actually this afternoon, and I started whispering stream of consciousness, and before I knew it, like 15 minutes had passed by. So there's like a B-roll of another 7.5 minutes of me whispering strange things about life and about, you know, things that you do on a daily basis that will probably end up in another short film. But I just want to say thank you to everyone. You can follow me at DJ Chauncey D to find out when the next freak out will be. If you well, you can't really take pictures right now because we're online, but hashtag virtual freakout. Thank everybody for coming. Thank everybody for performing. And we're going to close out with showing the video that I created. Thank you so much.
struggling to sleep.